We do ask you to please do not use any type of poker solvers. If you are found using one of these poker solvers, there's a possibility of being disqualified from this tournament.
In Vegas, two players face off at the World Series of Poker. The stakes couldn't be higher. The winner is just minutes away from a record-breaking win of $10 million. Between hands, he consults his team. He dashes back to his seat. He's confident, very confident, because he knows he has an unfair advantage. An advantage that will inevitably send the poker community into a full-scale meltdown. The only question is, will he get away with it? To understand this story properly, we must go back to the 28th of May 2024. A 38-year-old man from Texas has just stepped into the Horseshoe Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. He's here for the World Series of Poker, the most prestigious tournament in the game. It's like the Super Bowl of poker, attracting more than 10,000 players from all around the world. And this guy is no rookie. He finished 21st in 2009, earning $352,000. But this time, he's hungry for more. He knows he needs an edge to beat the best players in the world. And thumbing through this year's official rules, there's a sole difference. Compared to 2023, the organisers don't appear to have included specific wording prohibiting the use of solvers within their terms. Now, historically, their stance has been clear. No real-time solvers are allowed, but this is making things more ambiguous. And in any case, as you've seen previously, it's almost impossible for them to enforce the rule. Poker solvers are a powerful computer program that analyse poker situations and suggest optimal play. They've been gaining popularity since 2016, and there's a debate around their effectiveness. But the theory is simple. It's like having a chess engine in your pocket, but for poker. Could it be the loophole that he's looking for? He and his friends agree this year's tournament is a unique opportunity. Between them, they begin to formulate a plan. It's daring, it's controversial, and it might just work. But what exactly are they actually up to? As the 2024 World Series of Poker kicks off, Jonathan Tamayo takes his seat, surrounded by thousands of other players. The atmosphere is electric. They're all in with a chance at winning the $10 million prize. And within minutes of the first game, a voice crackles over the tannoy system.
We do ask you to please do not use any type of poker solvers at any point in time at the table or in the tournament area.
He looks around. People are wearing earpieces and carrying phones, much like previous years. Now, Tamayo's journey through the tournament is nothing short of remarkable. Hand after hand, he makes decisions that leave seasoned players and analysts scratching their heads. He's on fire, consistently finding the right moves in complex situations. As the tournament progresses, his focus doesn't waver. Confidence is growing all the time. Once he reaches the main table in the final stages, it's not unusual to see players surrounded by their support teams, and everybody knows it. Coaches analyse patterns, review past hands, and offer strategic advice. On Tamayo's rail, poker pros Dominic Nitsche and Joe Keehan are part of his team, their eyes glued to the action unfolding on the felt. But as Tamayo's winning streak continues, whispers begin to circulate amongst other players. His uncanny ability to make optimal decisions in high-pressure situations is astounding. His poker strategy is solid. A few onlookers begin to speculate, what exactly is Dominic Nitsche doing on that laptop? And as the streak continues, whispers soon escalate. Amongst some is now a very open debate. With phones and laptops permitted on the rail, the line between skill and technology is blurred. If they're using a solver, that is. Amidst the action, frustrated onlookers snap photos of the team's setup. During a particularly tense moment, Tamayo scurries back and forth between hands. All the while, Dominic and Joe are consulting the laptop. The atmosphere is tense. In a pivotal twist, Tamayo makes a controversial pre-flop fold with pocket queens. It's a move that pays off handsomely. His stack of chips are growing, and the realisation hits him. He could actually win this thing now. The final heads-up battle against Jordan Griff develops into a high-stakes drama with viewers on the edge of their seat. Once again, Tamayo consults his rail and their laptop. The following hand concludes with Tamayo moving all in and Griff calling. It's game over. He's done it. Elated, Tamayo and his team have just won the World Series of Poker. $10 million better off, he rushes to the rail, hugging team member Joe McKeon for around 10 seconds. Amongst the excitement, something is passed between rail members and a few words shared directly in Jonathan's ear. But as the celebrations settle, in the background, controversy is rising, because critics are calling for an investigation into the team's use of technology. As morning breaks, the poker world is abuzz with accusations. Images have surfaced online, showing what appears to be a poker solving simulation on Tamayo's team's laptop. The implications are staggering. For the team, it's a full-scale nightmare. Rumours spread like wildfire, and suddenly the $10 million question isn't about prize money, it's about integrity. Tomeo's victory celebration has just been cut short as it's branded Laptop Gate. News articles soon follow, popping up on poker websites, and YouTube commentators weigh in too. Doug Polk, a prominent voice in the community, doesn't mince his words.
The main event is actually the World Series of Get Your Laptops Out. Yep, post up, boys.
Capturing the growing frustration amongst players and fans alike. The controversy deepens when footage emerges of an extremely awkward post-win hug with Joe. Sharp-eyed observers speculate that perhaps a small white earbud was being passed around. It's unclear, but it fuels numerous theories online. Some wonder, could this be evidence of real-time communication during play? The poker community is demanding answers, but Tomeo hopes the storm will blow over. He maintains he operated within the rules, pointing to the absence of explicit prohibitions on solver used by rail teams. But the court of public opinion is less forgiving.
The WSOP rules it's unclear. It's not in the written rules really. There's a slight thing that I think is really weak people are bringing up. But we have the intercom announcement, which is certainly something. But Nevada gaming rules, I would say it's pretty clearly against.
Alan Keaton's remark captures the confusion and disbelief. People were looking at each other like, isn't that cheating? Is someone going to jump in? What's going on here? The sentiment is echoed by other prominent figures. Sam Grafton doesn't hold back, stating, absolutely sucks and can't be allowed. As the controversy rages, the World Series of Poker finds itself under pressure. They acknowledged it abroad and announced an investigation into the events of the final table, but with no concrete evidence of rule breaking, the path forward is unclear. The debate extends to Tomeo's actions. It touches on fundamental questions about the integrity of poker and the role of technology in the game altogether. Some fear that the reliance on solvers could diminish the skill-based nature of poker altogether. If allowed, it means poker strategy is a battle of algorithms rather than wit and knowledge. And while poker purists argue over algorithms versus intuition, a more immediate question looms. Will Tomeo keep his title and winnings? The media storm swirling around Tomeo's victory intensifies, with online press coverage spreading like wildfire. What should have been a career-defining moment has turned into a nightmare for the World Series of Poker champion. Some members of the poker community are calling for the winnings to be returned, citing concerns about fairness and integrity. The contrast is stark. One moment, Tomeo's on top of the world, $10 million richer and holding the most prestigious title in poker. The next, he's at the centre of a controversy that threatens to strip him of his winnings and end his career. The emotional rollercoaster is enough to make anyone's head spin. Adding fuel to the fire, Dominic Nixchi, one of Tomeo's rail team members, takes to Twitter to defend their actions. His tweet, calling those upset by the situation dipshits, only serves further anger to the community. Many point out Nixchi's clear conflicts of interest. Given his role in Tomeo's victory, the World Series of Poker has found itself under intense scrutiny. Pressure mounts for the team to make a public statement and launch a thorough investigation. They announce a review of all available footage and data to determine if any rules were violated. But with the lines blurred between permitted rail support and potential unfair advantages, the task is far from straightforward. Daniel Negreanu, a respected voice in the poker world, weighs in on the controversy. When asked for his take, he tweets that laptops should be prohibited during play. His stance adds weight to the growing calls for stricter regulation on technology use in tournaments. Next, the scandal takes a potential serious turn as the poker community starts highlighting Nevada Gaming Commission laws. They argue that Tomeo's actions could potentially violate these regulations, raising the stakes from a tournament dispute to a legal issue. Tomeo now stands at a crossroads. He faces a decision that could redefine his legacy and affect the future of poker itself. Should he make a statement denying any wrongdoing, maintaining that he operated within the rules as they were written, or does he take the extraordinary step of returning the title and winnings, potentially salvaging his reputation, but at an enormous financial cost? Following the controversy, Tomeo decides to make a statement. With the $10 million prize fund sitting heavy in his pocket, he won't be offering it up, although he will address the accusations head on. It's a bid to salvage his name, keep the winnings and set the record straight. In interviews with Poker News and Poker.org, he denies any wrongdoing, claiming he never personally operated any laptops or software during play. He insists that he hasn't broken any rules. It's bold, and unsurprisingly, technically, he's correct. The 2024 World Series of Poker rules are frustratingly vague on this issue. He and his team were quite obviously playing in a grey area. For a moment, it feels like he might have dodged a bullet. The World Series of Poker's investigation is private. The days turn into weeks, and there's no sign of action being taken. With so many uncertainties, at the time of recording, it doesn't appear there will be. The $10 million stays firmly in Tomeo's pocket, and the title is his. However, the damage is done. Incriminating photos about the rail team's laptop, whispers about solver software, and that suspicious earbud exchange are everywhere. Questions about the rules, clarity and potential violations of the Nevada Gaming Commission laws hang heavy in the air. The integrity of the World Series of Poker itself has been called into question. The broader poker community grapple with what this means for the future. Tomeo's strategy, as controversial as it is, stands validated. He's the winner, at least on paper, but this victory raises uncomfortable questions about what's right and fair in poker. So as technology advances, where do we draw the line between skill and unfair advantage?